Mathematics, Ordinary Level, Paper 2, 2024, Part 5. Question number 24. Express y equals negative x squared plus 2x plus 3 in the form a bracket x plus b squared plus q. Where will I find it in the y equals mx plus c mathematics textbook? I will find it at expressing ax squared plus bx plus c in that form, ax plus p squared plus q, and that will be on page 249 plus page 250, and you can look there at example 19 plus example 20. That's definitely going to help you in part 1. Okay, grade 10 and 11. But let's start. Let's just write it first down. You know, I always like to write it first down. Okay, so now I'm going to take out -1 as a common factor. So it's going to be x squared minus, it's just the signs that will all change. Now you can leave a space and then -3, leave a space, square. Okay, now I'm going to add, I take this middle value, which is 2, because you can just, it will always be, even if you say -2, it will square, it will become positive. So I just take the 2 and I divide it by 2 and I square. And whatever I added there, I'm subtracting. Okay, so this is negative. Okay, now, yes, it's good to put a bracket like this and then. So it's x, that sign, and it's there. Now be careful, it's just going to be 1 once it's 1. Do you see? Squared. Then it's -3 minus 1, and you close. So this is going to be negative x minus 1 squared. And then this is -4 times that negative is positive 4. So this is going to be y is equal to negative x minus 1 squared plus 4. That's going to be my answer. And then hence, write down the coordinates of the turning point of the graph. So the turning point will just be, you change that sign, so it's not -1, it's +1, and you take this value as it is, 4. So it's just 1 and 4. And then the next question, this is functions. So where will I find it in the y equals mx plus c mathematics textbook? At functions, page 227 and example 2. That's going to help you. Okay, so find, again, this is f, so I write down the function f first. And then I substitute the -3. And then it's going to be 2 minus, because -3 times -3 is +9, but the answer is -7. Now I take the formula g, so remember it's gx. So now I go g and 2x, and it's 2x plus 3, and that's going to be 4x plus 3. So I think it's better that I rather write it like this. G 2x equals 4x plus 3, but they will not penalize me. Okay, and now this one is becoming composite functions, and you will find that on page 231. Now go to G. Are you looking there? Can I just show? You go to G, the one after x, and then you throw it in this one in the place of x squared. So let's try writing it down. So f g x, I go to that, it's 2 minus and then bracket. So 2x plus 3 square. And now remember, it's 2 minus. Now you can do it here. You can, if you want, you can say 2x plus 3. You can do the short way. 2x plus 3. So this is going to be 4x squared plus 6x plus 6x plus 9. So this is going to be 4x squared plus 12x plus 9. So that's going to be 2 minus 4x squared minus 12x minus 9. If you wanted to do this short way, you could have just squared the first one and then multiply the two with each other. So 2x times 3 was then 6x times 2, it's 12x, and then square the last one. But I think for safety, rather do it like that. And then you can just simplify negative 4x squared minus 12x, and then negative 9 plus 2 is negative 7. So this is going to be f gx is going to be negative 4x squared minus 12x minus 7. And then the inverse function, so you can find that inverse functions on page 229. And then I'm just saying I make it a y, so I'm taking gx, so it's actually first take gx, and then make it a y, gx, and then you swap. So where you see a y, you make a x, and where you see a x, you make a y. And then you say x minus 3 equals 2y. Then you divide 2, and I get this, and they already helped you with that one, and it's x minus 3 over 2. Okay, let's go to the exam report. Okay, so on the exam report, question 24, this part questions require candidates to complete the square of the given expression. Such questions have repeated in the course for some time now, and still candidates continue to perform poor. When completing the square of an expression whose leading coefficient is not 1, candidates should be taught to factor out the leading coefficient. So take out the highest common factor. Some candidates who rather divide across with the leading coefficient and never recover in the work or final. So it's you don't divide. It's not the equation. It's the expression. So you take it out as a common factor. Okay, but there was the answer. So they gave you 1 mark if they saw you took it out. Okay, and then 1 for the final. Then taking from there, I just want to see, this was 1. So I think they gave you for everyone. Okay, and then the next question. Question 25, part 1 and 2 were very well answered. However, some candidates did not get marks in part 3. Again, candidates should be advised to use brackets when substituting numbers or expressions into a formula or expression. Some candidates knew that they had to substitute into this, but then did not use brackets and hence failed to expand properly. Some only squared the 3 and not the 2x. Okay, so be careful there, but that was for, okay, so just negative 7. And then just substituting it in there. So, or etc. mean if you wrote 4x plus 3, that's correct. And then composite function, if they see you substitute it in, they gave you already a mark, and then for the final answer. And then here also, if they see you swap the x and the y, then they gave you a mark, and then also for the final answer. Question number 26. In the diagram, D, negative 3, 3, E, 3, negative 5, and F, negative 1k are 3 points in the Cartesian plane, and they show you. Okay, calculate the length of DE. Now, what is this topic? This topic is coordinate geometry. And there, this is the length of a line segment. And there you will find, look at page 300, example 1. Okay, so basically it's just going to be DE. I use Pythagoras theorem, or make use of that. So it's x2 minus x1 and I square, and y2 minus y1 and I square. If you start with the second point, then just start also with the y with the second point. And then I just do substitute and do it in bracket. Otherwise, you make sign mistakes. Okay. And then plus -5, -3. Usually, if I see a negative, I'll do that. Okay. But still, you can put a -5 and then negative like that. That will work. And then square. And then, if I simplify that, it's going to be 6 squared plus -8 squared, which is going to give me that 36 plus 64, and that's on the dot 100, and the square root of 100 is 10. That's nice. Nice if it's such a nice answer. Okay. And then calculate the gradient of DE. So where do I find that? In the textbook, gradient of a line segment, page 306. Look at example 7. So let's just start to find M, the formula, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, which is going to be -5, you can put the bracket, minus 3, and it's going to be 3 minus -3, and that's going to be -8 over 6, and that's -4 over 3. So the value of M, the gradient, is -4 over 3. Okay, and then the final one, if K is -8, determine the cogradient of M, the midpoint of DF. So where do I find midpoint? On page 304, you can look at example 5. Okay, so let's first write down the points. So it's -3 and 3. And if I look at F, what is that? It's -1 and -8. Okay, now I always like numbering it. So x2, y2. So to get M is always x1 plus x2 over 2, y1 plus y2 over 2, and that's -3 minus 1, okay, over 2, and that is going to be 3 minus 8 over 2, and that's going to be -2 and -2.5. And fill it in here, -2 and -2.5. Let's go to the exam report. So question 26, the whole of this question was satisfactorily answered, although some candidates seems to know that it is about coordinate geometry. Okay, many did not score marks because of using wrong formula. For example, in part A, where they were expected to calculate the distance, many calculated the gradient. Centers are advised to put more emphasis in this topic. Okay. So let's just look. So this was 2. So, again, I cannot see for what they gave you the first. But I think if you're there under the root, they would have. But then 10 units. Okay, the part under the root. And then the next one, if you're there where you show, if you come to that values, you can swap it around like mine. But as long as you come to -4 over 3, you're correct. Then the next one also, if you substitute, and then also for your final answer. Question number 27. In the given figure, AD, if you can see, this is vectors, then vector AD is equal to P, and vector AB is equal to 2Q. Line DC is parallel to line AB. Can you see that? And it is 1.5 times the length of AB. The point T is on line BC. there you can see that, such that TC, here, TC is BT to TC is 2 to 1. Okay, where will we find vectors? In the y equals mx plus c mathematics textbook. So vectors, it will be on page 589, and it will be, look at example 26. That's going to help you in part 1. Okay, no, this is in part 2. So in the given figure, we already read this. Now let's start filling in. Now if I say to you that, okay, can I just underline the most important? Like line DC is parallel and it's 1.5 times the length of 1B. Now if you take 2, and you multiply it with 1.5, what do you get? 3. So this will be 3Q in this direction. Okay. Then all I know that BT to TC is 2 to 1. So if this is 2 and this is 1, so put it over 3 because it's 3 parts. So 2, 3, and this is 1 over 3. Okay, so that is the ratio. So find in terms of P and Q, DC. Okay, we already found that. That's 3Q. That is that 2 times 1.5, which is 3, and that's 3Q. The next one. BT. Okay, so where is it? BT. But before we can find BT, we know we can say that BT, the vector, it's 2/3 of BC. Do you see? BT, it's 2/3 of BC. But how do I find BC? Now remember the story of the long and the short road. You just start at the same point and you end at the same point. So that's the short road, BC. But if you go from B to A, from A to D, from D to C. So let's write it down. If you go BA plus AD plus DC. Okay, so what is BA? It's minus 2Q. What is AD? It's plus P. And what is DC? It's plus 3Q. Okay, and then if I simplify this, if I say, okay, now let's see, if I'm going to, so don't forget, let's just simplify this first. So this is going to be then Q plus P, but I want BT, so BT, it's 2/3 of BC, so Q plus P, and you can leave it like this, 2/3 Q plus P or P plus Q. Let's go to the exam report. On the exam report, question 27. This was very well answered. Okay, so this was just 3Q. 1 mark only. Question B, this was not very well answered. Many candidates knew the path of how to find BT, but struggle in finding the vectors of CT. Okay, since it was given that BT is 2 to 1, many candidates simply thought that the length of CT is 1 and not 1/3. But at the end, so if you were M1, if you got that, so if you were the first two, would just come to that, and then just for the 2/3, if you come to that, and then for the 2/3. That was the final answer. Question number 28. By just looking at the example, I can see, oh, this is transformations. And where will you find it? In the y equals mx plus c mathematics textbook, part 2, you will find it there from page 597. They work through up to page 612, the different ones. But there on page 612, look at example 40. That's almost like this one. It's a mixed one. Okay, but let's start. Describe fully the single transformation that maps triangle A onto triangle B. Now, if you look at triangle A, you see it's exactly the same size as B. It's not rotated because you see that angle, the 90 is facing to this side, the 90 is still facing to this side. So it is a translation, that's correct. Not enlarged, just a translation. And then by the vector, and now I must take this 90 because you have to take the same point. Okay, now let's just look at the units. Everyone counts. First horizontal, 1, 2, 3. And it's in this direction, so it's -3. Then the vertical. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then it's 5. And that is how I'm going to write it. And then now I'm going to do on the grid. Reflect triangle A in the line x equals 0. Now, where is the line x? It's not the x-axis. It's x equals 0. It cuts the x-axis. And where do it cuts the x-axis? It cuts the x-axis there. Okay, did you see? So it's this line. Okay, it's actually the y-axis, but the equation is x equals 0. So if I reflect, I do the same. I take this angle and I count 2 and I count 2. And I count 4 and I count 4. And I count 4 and I count in a 90 degree to that angle, to the line of reflection. So and now I'm just going to draw it. So it's just going to be like this. Okay, let's just redo it. It's going to be like this. And it's going to be like this. And it's going to be like this. And always see what they say. They say label it C, so very important to label it. And then enlarge triangle A with scale factor 1/2 through the origin. Okay, so it's just from the origin there. And it's a fraction, so it's going to become smaller. But still, you can work with vectors. And how do you work if you work with vectors? What you can do is you can write down the vector, say, to this corner. Okay, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and so it's going to be, say, for example, -4, and it's -2. And then if you multiply a half, or just take the half of it, it's going to be -2 and -1. So now I count 1, 2, and I count -1. Okay, and then to this one, exactly the same every time. It's -2 and -4. So -2 and -4. And if I multiply with a half or take half of it, it's going to be -1, -2. So it's going to be -1 and -2. And then I'm doing exactly the same with that last one to this. So it's -4, -4. So it's a half of -4, -4, which will be -2, -2. And I go -2, -2. I take my ruler and I'm just going to, this is not my ruler, here is my ruler. And I'm just going to combine that angles. Okay, and then what did I label it? I label it D. Okay, and that is my final answer. Let's just go to the exam report. So on the exam report, question 28, well answers. Candidates should be taught that the names of the transformations are translation, rotation, enlargement, and reflection. They should not write them as translate, rotate, enlarge, reflect. So make the translation, okay, enlargement. So very important, it's that terminology, so just learn that. Okay. And then it's very well answered in B. And C is poorly answered. Many candidates are probably unexposed to enlarging with a scale factor greater than 1, as many of them ended up drawing an image that was bigger. So if it's a fraction, then it's going to become, it's an where the numerator is smaller than the denominator, then it's going to be as becoming smaller. Okay. So translation, so you get, for one, I think you would have got 1 mark for this and 1 mark for this. And then on this diagram, so the first one was just 1 mark, the second one, the correct, and the labeling was then 2 marks.
Exam tips.
Let's check your answers.
Easy. My answer is x equals 10.
But you didn't show any work, and your answer is wrong.
I solved it step by step, subtracting 5 from both sides, dividing by 2. Oh no, I miscalculated. The correct answer should be x equals 5.
That's right, Anna. Your answer is incorrect. But you used the correct method, so you'll still get 1 mark. Upi, you didn't show any steps, so you get 0 marks. Lesson learned.
A correct method can score a mark, even if an answer is wrong.